Gosh, wow. Oh, turn this freaking alarm clock off. What's up in the intro? It's your boy Isaiah. Now, that's the sound that I hear when I wake up in the morning, and it's really irritating. 6 o'clock in the morning, 6:30, and I know you guys probably hear like bah, 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 or you guys have your favorite song playing. Either way, it's really irritating, and people like me, I have three alarms set: 6 o'clock, 6:10, 6:20, and I just press that snooze button because I'm so exhausted. I need that extra 5 minutes, that extra 10 minutes. Matter of fact, let me get that extra 15 minutes. And I'm really exhausted because I spent time doing that homework that I probably should have started doing a week ago, but that's fine. That's another TED talk. Okay, if you only got a little more sleep, because that alarm clock waking you up hours before your natural biological clock tells you you're ready, it's robbing you of your sleep that is most associated with learning, memory, and emotional processing. you know, it's not only you that is feeling sleepy. Sleep deprivation is an epidemic. Only about 1 in 10 American teenagers gets the recommended 8 to 10 hours of sleep recommended by sleep scientists. Some of you may be thinking, oh, Isaiah, I get 8 hours of sleep. Be quiet, stop talking, turn off the video. I say to you, 8 hours of sleep is the minimum. 8 hours of sleep is like getting a C on the report card of sleepiness. It's bad. No bueno, okay? For the first time, the Federal Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is urging education policymakers to start high school and middle school classes later in the morning. The idea is to improve the odds of adolescents getting sufficient sleep so that they can thrive, both physically and academically. These recommendations come a year after the American Academy of Pediatrics urged schools to adjust school times so that more kids would get the recommended 8.5 to 9.5 hours of nightly rest. Both the CDC and the pediatrics group cited significant risks that come with lack of sleep, such as depression, higher rates of obesity, and motor vehicle accidents among teens, as well as overall lower quality of life. Gosh, man. In more than 40 states, at least 75% of public schools start earlier than 8:30 a.m., according to the CDC's report in the intro, Kenosha, Wisconsin. Now, while later start times won't substitute for other obstacles, such as making sure your kid is actually in bed and not playing Call of Duty all night, the school district still plays an important role, the report concluded. As the Minneapolis Star-Tribune reported, the University of Minnesota's Center for Applied Research and Educational Improvement finally put to rest the long-standing question of whether later start times correlate to increased academic performance for high school students. Researchers analyzed data from more than 9,000 students at 8 high schools in Minnesota, Colorado, and Wyoming, and found that shifting the school day later in the morning resulted in a boost in attendance, test scores, and grades in math, English, and other core subjects. Schools also saw a decrease in tardiness, substance abuse, and symptoms of depression. Some even had a dramatic drop in teen car crashes. A dramatic drop in teen car crashes with Indian Trails parking lot and these crazy people? Yes, Lord, let's start school later. My gosh. In a landmark study in 1998 of adolescent sleeping habits, Brown University researcher Mary Karskinen followed 10th graders who were making the switch to a 7:20 a.m. start time, about an hour earlier than their schedule as 9th graders. The team found out that students showed up sleep deprived and that the 7:20 start time required them to be awake during hours that ran contrary to their internal clocks. Fewer than half of the 10th graders averaged even 7 hours of sleep per night, and that's below the recommendation. The consequences of teen sleep loss go well beyond the classroom, sadly contributing to many of the mental health problems that skyrocket during adolescence, including substance use, depression, and suicide. A study working with teens with sleep problems found out that they were 55% more likely to have used alcohol in the past month. For each hour of lost sleep, there was a 38% increase in feeling sad or hopeless. Sleep deprivation, deprivation, sleep deprivation, sleep deprivation. Sleep deprivation is an epidemic, and it needs to be addressed. You might say, Isaiah, we're getting these kids ready for the real world. You know, they're going to be getting up early, so we need to get them ready. And I say, that idea is just stupid. That's like telling little 4-year-old Henry that, no more naps because we need to get you ready for kindergarten. No, okay? Young people need their sleep, and science proves it. Starting school no earlier than 8:30 a.m. would have tremendous benefits for student health and performance. So in conclusion, think about the power of sleep and what it can do to help benefit you. It's your boy Isaiah, and I say good night.